this is Cameron, and welcome to the practice log. Alright, well, we got a lot of stuff to do today, so let's go ahead and jump into... Ooh, my microphone almost undid, fell. Let's go to the chair, shall we? I don't know if you caught the time, but it's a night session. It's also like 4:51. It's quite early. I actually woke up at around 2:45 or so, and I made myself breakfast. I made coffee. I've been drinking coffee. My mic fell. Okay, I don't know how many of those this mic has left in it. It appears to still be working. It makes you wonder, my mics are like notoriously unreliable, as you guys know. Like, especially in humidity. I think, if you guys have stuck around, y'all have noticed that whenever it's like super humid, and you know because I tell you, not that you could tell if it's humid where I am, all my condenser mics just stop working. It's crazy. My dynamic mics work, but I was teaching a lesson the other day, and this mic straight up just stopped working in the middle of a lesson, and I had to switch to my computer's microphone. So weird, right? Does anybody else have an issue with microphones like that? It's the weekend for me. It's a Sunday. I didn't do a lot of practicing, but I did get like a little bit of performance experience because I went to a special friend's house to visit the parents of this special friend, and I did play through all my Bach and stuff for them. So I feel as though 1001 is pretty solid in my mind. So I think I'm due to practice the Morel and Recuerdos and whatnot. But yeah, until then, I'm going to talk to you for a little bit. Let's see if there are any comments to get into. Okay, well, the last video I made was about teaching guitar. Big surprise. I do that so much. But yeah, let's just peruse the comment section and see what's going on. So this is from the video, Can you teach classical guitar without a degree? No. Is that what I came to? Probably not. It was probably like, I don't know. Heck if I know. But this one is from Bob's Productions. What's up, Bob? How's it going? Hope you're doing well. Looks like you play saxophone. You have like a saxophone picture of you. Oh, and you were commenting because I'm working on grad applications right now, and I have to submit like old papers. I have like, I need to find some, I guess. That might be the one thing that's held me back. You didn't have any writing examples. Looks like I can't go to school. But you said, I did have to submit some random paper I wrote. I think it wasn't even relevant to guitar or music. That's great. Like, yeah. I look forward to finding some crappy essay I wrote when I was like 18. Also, could you talk sometime about how you keep track of what you teach all of your students? I only have 9 right now. Ooh, humble brag. Only 9. That's like not nothing. That's pretty good. That's like a part-time job right there. And it feels pretty hard to be constantly aware of where everyone's at and what they need to each work on each week. How do I keep track of it? Well, you have to keep profiles on all your students. That's just a part of the job. You do that during the lesson. You don't even have to do it outside the lesson. It's pretty easy. You can do it through like folders. Depending on if you're using a platform, usually they'll have like a student profile when like you are on their website and you like click on the student when it's like time. Usually there'll be like a place to put it there. What I probably rely on the most is just memory, because I don't really have like that many students right now. I only have like 30, which I know you came at me with your 9 and I'm saying like, I don't have that many. I only have 30, but that's not like a crazy amount of students. That equates to like 15 hours of work every week. I probably need to get a little more students. I've been kind of lazy recently. God, I've been working so hard. Like for almost a year, I've been cranking like these teaching 50 students a week. And then the way I would do my videos, like it was taking like 35 hours a week to do. I was just working. I had like no social life. It was crazy. Yeah, so I've just been taking it real easy. 30 students a week, and like the way I'm doing my videos now, I'm only doing like 2 or 3 practice logs a week, and like some reaction videos, which are relatively easy. I'm chilling right now. Like I woke up early. It looks like I'm working hard, but I'm gonna be done like before noon, and I'm just gonna go to sleep. Because I deserve to. It's time for me to do that. I want to be more chill. Oh god, what was I talking about? Oh yeah, keep profiles on your students. Do it on your computer. But also, what I found to be most helpful is you'll probably remember, especially if you're only teaching 9 students, you have to ask that series of questions that jogs your memory. This is going to be a little surreal for all my students watching, but pretty much every lesson I have is going to start off this way. Hey, how's it going? Doing good? Doing good. I always say doing good instead of doing well. I don't know why. It's just more casual. And then the next question, and this is the most important question. So, what you been working on this week? Once you get an answer to that, if you don't remember what you were doing last week, that's kind of on you. You should remember that. And of course, like while they're answering that question, I'm going into their profile that I made. I'm seeing all the music that we're working on. And it's like, yeah, I remember where we left off. So that's never really been an issue for me. When I was teaching like gigantic volumes, like 80 plus students a week, that was a different story. And the honest truth is, and let me also say, what I'm about to tell you right now only really applies when you're teaching children. However many students you have, it could be 10, it could be 100. 20% of them will be your favorite students, and you'll love teaching them, and you'll love them just as like students. Like they'll be like what you wake up for. And that's the top 20%, and then 60% under that will just be like your lukewarm students. You're just clocking in. They're not particularly interested. You're sort of matching their energy. It's fine. Like you're doing your job, but they're generally pleasant though. And then the bottom 20%, those are the students that you wonder if you're like charging enough. I really don't enjoy teaching this kid because they're kind of just someone I don't like. And let me also say again, if you're one of my students and trying to do the math on which one you fall under, if you're an adult, this range no longer matters. It's not like that. Because for any adult student that I have, you found me through Sore Hands, and you've already sort of met me in that way, like you know how I am. And you probably like me to a certain degree and are probably like somewhat excited to come to the class. Everyone who has found me through here, you're all very dear to my heart. But when it comes to kids, that totally applies. So, you know, like when you have like a ton of students like I did, like 80 students, the top 20%, that's really who you're giving most of your attention to. Anyways, that's only 16 kids. So you're going to remember those. Like even if you have student profiles or not, you're still going to remember those. That series of questions that I mentioned for everyone else, that middle 60%, that's when that'll jog your memory. It was just like, what have you been working on this week? Usually the answer is like nothing, or like I kind of worked on this, and then you ask them to play and they haven't done anything. And that's normal. So for those, you know, you're both just kind of showing up and a little unprepared, and that's fine. You can that can be the case. They're still learning guitar. And man, I can't tell you how many times I've had like those middle students where we're both just kind of showing up, and then they actually start practicing and they just shoot right up to the 20%, and then it's like, all right, we're locked in now. And I also get, you could probably hear that, especially as like maybe a parent or somebody who might pay for lessons. You don't give like your full self to like every single lesson equally. Like, what am I paying for? You're paying for my time, and I'm gonna match whatever you give me. Like, if you're really excited about learning, like I'm gonna be excited about teaching you. But if you're just like a kid who's just like their parents just making them play guitar, it's like, all right, we can just be kind of chill. Like I'm gonna try to find stuff that you like, but I'm not gonna like kill myself over it, you know? So we're just gonna chill. I don't have to remember everything we've done, because you're gonna like if you were excited about anything we did last week, you're gonna show it to me again, and then I'll be like, oh cool, you like that, all right, let's do more of that. So, you know, I don't think it's bad to match the energy, even if it's a paid lesson, because the thing that you're mostly paying for is my time and my guidance. And if you don't need my guidance or time, I'll ask like, why are you paying for it? And the kid's like, I don't know, and the parent's like, I don't know, and it's like, all right, well, I'll just do something, I guess. But you know, I'm not gonna work too hard. I have students who really care. I'd rather work super hard for them. As a teacher, you'll find you'll have, I think like the 20-60-20 is like pretty standard. That's just how it works for like school teachers or anyone. Probably if you're a manager, your employees, you'll probably find the top 20% of your employees you really like, and it'll be like sort of like that. Same thing with viewers and subscribers too. Top 20% of you, love you. Everyone else, you know, do better. That's probably some sort of like rule you can find in some self-help book about getting clients or whatever. I came to that one from experience. God, I'm freaking tired right now. I'm a little eepy right now, guys. Eepy. Yeah, I've had a rough weekend of doing nothing, and now I have to practice guitar. Jeez, what a life. What am I doing? Oh my god. Alright, we got this. You're gonna be fine. You gotta practice guitar. This is what you've been working for. You finally have it. Now just do it. What if I wanted to be a dancer? What if I just wanted to dance and I didn't want to do any of this? Oh no. Oh god. No. Repress that. Push it down. If you ever think you want to do something else with your life that's not guitar, push it down. Don't listen to that. That's the world trying to take greatness away from you. Don't let it. You can stop it. You just can't let it take it. You gotta practice. And just try not to ask yourself what you're practicing for. What is it all for? You know, I think I started playing guitar to be cool, but then what if you stop caring about being cool? Then what? What are you left with? You're just left with scales. Shredding scales in a vacuum, is it even cool? I don't know. The main thing pushing me forward is that maybe there's some deity that nobody knows about. It could be Yahweh, like the Christian God or whoever. And the main thing that he wants us to do is practice. Sinning is just not practicing, and that's like, it's very black and white to him. Or her. Whoa. Yeah, and then I'll die, and I'll be confronted by them. And they'll be like, wow, you really practiced when you didn't have to. Good job. That's what it was all for. So I'm hoping that happens. And if that's the case, we all know who's going to heaven, too. Post a classical guitarist who you think's going to heaven because of their practice. Hey, and you know what's really sinful, too? If we're going down this vein, you can get like really crazy musicians and like classical guitarists. I mean, that's what we're talking about here, where they practice a ton when they're a kid, and then in their adulthood they're like amazing, but they're kind of slackers, but just because they like can be. That's a thing. None of us can afford to be slackers right now. Like, tomorrow we need to work harder than we did yesterday. But for these people, had like training ever since they were like a kid, and they were amazing performers when they were like 5 years younger than me. They can just kind of slack off. I like to think that that is also punished by this deity, where it's like, why'd you slack off? You should have kept going harder and harder. This is not my vision for you. So, you know, keep that in mind. You could be amazing. You could have been playing your whole life. Say that you're like 50. I know a lot of you are 50, and you feel that, you know, you can kind of slack off. No, you can't. Not if you want to go to heaven. You know it's bad when I start talking crap like this. All right, let's move to the piano bench. I'll see you there. All right, first I need to file my nails. So I'm gonna do that right quick. All right, I'm all filed up, baby. Where's my sleeve? Sleeve acquired. All right, I'll see you on the other side. Okay, I'll tell you, I just practiced Recuerdos for 2 hours, and that's not a bad way to spend a morning. I watched the sunrise, kind of. I mean, I watched it get brighter outside, so, you know, it's kind of nice. Alright, well, let me bring you closer. I got some stuff for you. Yeah, you know, I haven't been practicing as much recently, but it is really nice to just practice guitar for a while. Sometimes just working on, like, one idea. Like, I just did tremolo today. It's just, I don't know, there's something kind of relaxing about it. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to play what I have of Recuerdos, which, by the way, I've read through the whole thing now, so I'm sort of comfortable with it. I'm just going to play the first 2 sections and maybe a little further, but it's going to be, like, sloppy. I mean, the whole thing will be sloppy, but as it goes, I might slow down and all that stuff. But the first 2 sections will be from memory, for the most part. So yeah, here we go. goes on from there. I know that wasn't the best recuerdos you've ever heard, but that's my progress with it. I'll work on it a bit more. You know the deal with it. I think maybe one more session I should have it, like, somewhat memorized, like the whole thing, because I basically have the first 2 parts memorized. I did look at the sheet music a little bit, but I didn't really need to. So that one's been practiced. I have other stuff I still need to practice, but I'll do that later if I do. It is Sunday. I kind of want to go on a walk now that it's like the morning, so maybe I'll do that. Yeah, alright, well, I'll see you in the outro. Hey, well, you know, if you made it this far, be sure to subscribe and leave a like. And hey! See these shirts I'm wearing? I sell these down at Rootin's Delight. Go ahead and pick yourself up one. Go on down, Rootin's Delight. And if you want some guitar lessons, feel free to reach out. Email in the description as usual. Yeah, man, anything else? Well, I mean, you know, if you have any, like, comment questions or anything, feel free to leave them and I'll answer them at some point. And yeah, alright, well, I'm gonna go on a walk or something, or maybe just edit for a bit, who knows, or maybe go back to bed. That's actually the most likely thing that'll happen. You know, it's good to start my day off, getting some practice in. Alright, I'll see you tonight.